What's going on, fight fans? All right, so the PFL just had their first night of their welterweight championship division, and I gotta tell you, it's very, very interesting. Completely opposite of what I saw last week. Ray Cooper is who I'm talking about. Ray Cooper actually defended his championship successfully. Last week we saw the likes of Lance Palmer lose his first outing, Nathan Schultz lose his first outing, and I think there was a third person on that first week of PFL fights that lost their. No, you know what? I think it was just Anthony Pettis was expected to win, but the guy he fought put a 3-round bashing on Anthony Pettis. You know, respectfully, but you know he did what he had to do. He took all the limelight. And he's a good fighter, man. I swear I knew his name for like a whole week and a half. So anyway, back to this. Ray Cooper the third, man, the reigning PFL welterweight champion. He put on a fundamental performance tonight. His opponent, last name Poney, from France. Man, he got him out there in the first round. You know, Ray Cooper ended up against his back up against the fence. Poney tried to throw some knees. I think it was like the very first attempts. He body slammed Poney, got him out of there, put him in a submission, and wrapped up the victory. So, shout outs to, kudos go to Ray Cooper for doing what he knows that he's going to do, and it's pretty much set that he's going to be, you know, in the finals. Now, you know, Rory McDonald had another great performance, impressive performance. Now, this is just round, this is just round one. Rory McDonald and Ray Cooper both won by submission in the first round. So there's that. I feel like these two men are going to meet in the finals. I feel like that's just the way it's set up to be. But nonetheless, Ray Cooper held his spot on the throne. Now, I got to say, what's going to be interesting is Ray Cooper has one person that he called out, and this is my sleeper pick to actually win the whole tournament. Coming out of Russia, I'm going to guess it's Dagestan, but I could be wrong. But Magomed Karimov from Russia is my sleeper pick to upset Ray Cooper. So this is what annoyed me, right? The announcer, so Poney goes in for a double leg against Ray Cooper, which I didn't understand because I don't know much about Poney, but maybe wrestling is his forte, but I just don't know this. And the shot that he took, it felt like it was a forced type of shot for a takedown. Ray Cooper did a great job sprawling out. The point I'm trying to make is I got to see Ray Cooper wrestle against one of the world's elite. Now, he might not have the credentials of the Olympics and all that, but these dudes out of Russia and their wrestling is a thing of beauty. It's relentless pressure. They get you up against the fence, thinking about the game, and when they do that, you're just in for a twist or a tornado. You know, it's going to be takedown attempt after takedown attempt, setup after setup, and you always have to think about that takedown. So even if you aren't getting taken down, you're still getting hit. So I guess the key word that comes to mind is composure. If you're fighting these type of dudes, you gotta have composure. And the name that rings in my mind right now is Al Iaquinta. Is that how you say his name? When he fought Khabib Nurmagomedov, he stepped in as a short notice replacement, and he did an amazing job. You know, he stayed in the center of the octagon. If Khabib was going to go for a takedown against him, you know, he was too slippery. You know, he couldn't really get a hold of him like he could if he was against the fence. I don't see a lot of people implying that technique, fighting away from the fence, fighting in the middle of the octagon. Maybe it's the pressure. Maybe it's just how the flow of the game works. But I just wonder why more people don't implement that strategy, because it seems like they only give you one or two options. Either take the pressure and hold your ground in the middle and let's have a striking competition, or B, retreat from the pressure, let's get technical on the fence. And when you get technical on the fence, you know, that's kind of like a shark. You know, that's like a crocodile lurking in the water near the bay. You know, it's pretty much, or alligator, whatever it is, you know. near the base, like it's only gonna be a matter of time before you get surprised and get taken down. And once you get taken down, that 2-on-1 baseball grip and just the technique is just impressive, man. It's just something to see for this era in MMA. You know, I feel like since it can be retired, you're seeing this technique replicated, and it's just a work of art, man. It's probably one of my favorite things to see in mixed martial arts right now, because it just shows the control and how to get control, and then the striking too. You know, the spinning back heel kicks; those are a thing of beauty. So I don't know anything about Magomed Karamov. I don't know much about him. I don't know what his actual fighting style is. Because he might be more of a stand-up fighter. He might not even go for the takedowns. But I'm just assuming and guessing that if there was one bad matchup for Ray Cooper III to repeat as a PFL champion, it would be this technique right here, because it's just so dominant, and it's proven it time in and time out. Look at Peter Yan, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Those are just two names I'm rattling off, but Peter Yan, he's more of a stand-up kind of guy, but you saw the fight against Jose Aldo. He has good technique on the mat too. So, yeah. I don't know when that fight's going to happen. Ray Cooper, he doesn't know when the fight's going to happen. It might not even be his next fight. But again, there's Rory McDonald lurking in the shadows, trying to get that championship. You know, he signed with the PFL in 2019. And this is his first year fighting in the PFL. You know, they had no season in 2020. So big things going on in the welterweight class. And if you don't know, if you're watching this for the first time, PFL, they go on a point system. So just because you lose doesn't mean you're out of the tournament and you still can't win that grand prize. It just means that you got to work a little bit harder to get your momentum back and get your points up. So it's an interesting night for the PFL, but it's a wrap. Natural Grappler. Let me know what you guys think. Comment. Talk about the PFL. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Natural Grappler. I'm out. Peace.